What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Double R's Kitchen. Welcome back to another episode. Today we are making bread. Yes, I said bread, regular old bread. The reason why we're making bread, I got a loaf here that I got from the store, right? And you guys know how I am when I get to looking at the ingredients and stuff. If I see things that I can't pronounce, that I feel like don't belong there, it gets things working up here. So I have this loaf of bread and I'm looking at the ingredients and it says unbleached enriched flour. It says riboflavin, folic acid, water, whole wheat flour, yeast, honey, sugar, wheat gluten, wheat bran. All right, that sounds regular. Calcium sulfate, monocalcium phosphate, enzyme, absorbic acid, soy lecithin, niacin. Now I know niacin ain't good, so I'm cool off this. I'm cool off that. So we are going to make some regular bread. I went and got me some bread flour, some organic bread flour, and in the ingredients it says organic unbleached hard red wheat flour and enzyme. 2 things. That's it. So that right there tells me everything I need to know. I'm no longer going to go buy bread in the store. I'm about to come in here and make my bread week after week, and it's only going to get better the more that I do it. So first things first, my ingredients. I got my flour, I got some sugar, I got my active dry yeast, I got salt, I got milk powder, and I got some oil, and some water. So I'm going to go ahead and pour my water in. I'm going to pour in my active dry yeast. And I got some some sugar right here. I'm going to go ahead and pour this in. Ooh, no, this is salt. I caught myself. I got my 2 tablespoons of sugar. I'm going to pour this in. And I'm going to give this a little mix just to combine it. And then I'm going to cover this and I'm going to come back and wait for it to do its thing. So I'll see y'all in a minute. All right, y'all. So time to do the next step. Mix everything in. For those of you who have a stand mixer with the bread attachment with the little hook, kudos to you. I don't have one of those. I'm going old school. I'm going to use my hand. I'm going to use this fork and I'm going to mix everything in and I'll get the same results. That's a luxury. And in due time, I'll go out and buy one. But for right now, I'm going to just do it by hand. But I want to show you something. So remember, I put the active dry yeast in here. I put, what else did I put in here? The sugar and the water. And now it's frothy. You see how it's frothing up in there? That's what you want. That lets you know that things are working how they're supposed to. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add all the other ingredients in here and mix them in. Let's go ahead and get to it. Let me go ahead and mix this in. Got butter too. I'm gonna add this butter in here. Now, if you have a stand mixer, then this will be cake for you. Back when I was a kid, my pops used to make bread. The whole house would smell so good. And I never took the time to ask him to show me. But now I'm motivated after reading what I seen on the back of that bread I got from the store. That's out. So this is what we own from here on out. Making my own bread. They ain't about to make no more money off me. I got a little bit of oil I'm going to put in here. All right, so I've made this into a ball-like structure. I'll put some plastic wrap over this. I'll let this sit for an hour. So after an hour's time, I'll come back and I'll show y'all what this looks like. dough has risen a little bit. So the job now, what I'm supposed to do, I'm going to stretch and fold. So I'm going to pull this out, stretch and fold. That's the name of the game right now. Stretch and fold. All right, let me cover this up. The name of the game is hurry up and wait. I'll see y'all in 30 minutes. Same process, y'all. All right, y'all. Well, it took a really long time for this dough to rise. Like a really long time. So, my first time making a bread, and that's what comes with it. So let me go ahead and punch this down. Drop this on my mat. And we're gonna get busy. All right. So now what I need to do, I need to cut this bad boy in half because we have 2 loaves here. So what I'm gonna do right now, we have 2 halves, and ideally I should weigh this out, but I'm actually not gonna do that. I'm really tired. I did not think this was gonna take this long, but it's okay. It's okay. This is what we signed up for. So I'm gonna take these 2 loaves. Obviously this one is bigger, so I feel like I should break a little off and put it over here. And we're going to stretch this out. So what we need to do is have this about the size of this bread pan. So I'm gonna flatten this out. I'm gonna stretch it out, right? I've greased my bread pans already, so that's already done. And you want to stretch this out to about 9 inches. So that looks like it to me. So at this time, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start rolling it. Do a tight roll. And then when you get to about right here, let me move this. The end, you want to pinch the end and tuck it under. Same on this side. Pinch the end, tuck it under. After we do that, I'm going to go ahead and put it in one of my bread pans. And I'm going to just smash it a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. Just smash it a little bit. Now I'm going to put a little bit of oil on it. And I'm going to put this to the side. And we're going to do the same process. So I'm not going to make you guys watch this, but I am going to stretch this out. And then once I'm done, it'll go into this empty bread pan that I have here. And these need to rise again, so another hour. All right, y'all. Well, as you can see, the bread has risen. It's been a real long day baking this bread, but I do have to say it's been worth it. So this bread is going to go into the oven at 350 degrees for about 30 to 35 minutes. But I want to share with you what I learned today. Patience is everything. I'm going to give you all a quick word. In the book of Genesis, Joseph in the Bible was in prison. And these 2 guys came into the prison. One was a baker and one was a butler. And they had a dream. And Joseph woke up in the morning and he seen that both of them looked real distraught. And he was wondering, like, dang, what's wrong with you guys? So he asked them, he's like, hey, what's going on? What's wrong? Why do you guys seem sad? And they were like, hey, we both had dreams and we can't interpret them and we don't have anyone to interpret them. So Joseph, being blessed from God and having the skill to interpret dreams, he was like, tell me your dreams. So they told him their dreams and he interpreted it for them. He told one of them, he was like, in 3 days, you are going to go back to your position in the king's palace. Then the other guy was like, all right, well, what about me? He's like, 3 days from now, you're going to die. But the butler was the one who was able to go back to his position. So Joseph, after interpreting the dream with the butler, he said, hey, when you get back to Pharaoh's castle, remember me. He was like, because I was brought here wrongfully. I was stolen. I was made a slave. And now I'm in prison. So this guy leaves the prison. And Joseph is excited because he thinks that, this guy's going to go talk to the Pharaoh for him. But 2 years go by and nothing. I say all that to say, after the 2 years went by, then the Pharaoh had a dream, and then the butler remembered Joseph, and then he told the Pharaoh, hey, there's this Hebrew boy that while we were in prison, he interpreted our dreams, and he can interpret yours. And then they took Joseph out of the prison, brought him to the Pharaoh, he interpreted the dream, and then he became captain over all Egypt. But it was all about timing. You see, Joseph, in his situation, in every situation that he was in, as the story goes, he was stolen, was made a slave, but in his master's house, he was head of everything. Then he went to jail because his master's wife tried to sleep with him and he wasn't going for it and he ran. So she said that he SA'd her. But in every situation, he was blessed. And so he always had hope, and he always had his hope with God. But when the butler came and he was in Pharaoh's castle and he was able to be close to him, Joseph put all of his hope in the butler and not in God. So because of that, 2 years had to go by to remind him that his hope was supposed to be in God and not man. So where am I going with this? Patience. This taught me patience. It taught me that things are not always going to go your way, and you have to let things blossom in time. So that's the word I gave for you. I'm going to go ahead and put these in the oven, and I'll show you guys what they look like when they're done. All right, y'all. It's that time. So before I do anything else, I gotta butter the top. I thought this would never come. Oh, this took so long, but very much worth it. All right, let's flip these bad boys on their side. I didn't mean to flip them upside down. This one's a little bit darker, but it's all good. Look at the finished product though. Very happy with myself today. I'm glad this is finally over, but I know what to do for next time. Like always, best, take care, and don't forget to say your prayers.